we just got a phone call from our driver that Eagle has landed. That's Jari, our driver. Yeah, the guy on the red jacket, that's Rody, Mrs. Rody. Atwood is filming his own face as usual. It seems that they have no idea.
Look how dry it is.
This is the decked out GoPro car, huh?
Whoa, shit. Uh-oh, everything's mic'd.
There we go. Look at this. Oh, boy. I have a feeling the Dudesons are up to something.
But now they're inside, and now their ass is ours.
Did they say anything to you about this?
No. Problem.
Dude, I'm driving, this black man comes up.
What up?
Turn into bumper cars on the highway.
We just heard that the package has arrived.
Like, I would want to know what's going on in their heads right now. They know something is going to happen, and it's not going to be good.
How do you say thank you in
Kiitos.
Finnish? Teeters?
Kiitos.
Teeters.
Kiitos.
Teeters. How do you say you have big tits?
Sinulla on isot tissit. Hello, boys!
What's up, dude?
What up, Jumpin'? What up, dudes? What's up, baby? What up? Man, we've been so excited, man.
Yeah,
So
it's
excited.
super. All right.
Truck right there, bro.
Oh shit, that's a truck.
That's awesome.
Oh shit.
Whoa, you serious? Oh my god, dude!
So one of the new cats, this is how the Finland taxi drivers are.
Yeah, what are they?
Whoa! Oh, you guys are badass.
Sounds like we broke a tire.
Footage.
Alright. Now hold on tight.
Hold on tight.
Oh shit! No way!
Alright, hold on.
No way!
You fucking Whoa! Dude! That is the best! That was the best! Shit!
Hey! I know this guy!
Straight from Ohio, Columbus.
That was the best!
Hey, if you're lucky. Hey, you break it, you buy it. You break it, you buy it.
We're gonna take over the internet this
Yeah.
week.
This
That's all we're gonna do. It's internet takedown.
That's right. Everybody in the whole world is gonna watch this week in awe and be like, holy fuck.
Make a Mentos TV ad truck price.
That's a good one.
Hello.
Thank you, Mentos. Mentos will make you happy. Ready to one, ready, Mentos.
They find out blood sugar on a kid, don't do it on their finger, no, you go for their heel. And even if they weren't crying before you went to see them, they will be once you leave because you've just stabbed them in the foot. So it is really, really difficult because you literally cause that child quite a lot of pain.
You're not going to like us very much. I'm so sorry. Oh, that was nothing really, was it? I thought you'd be a lot more upset than that. He barely screamed or anything. No.
Bryn carries it out with ease, even surprising himself.
Bryn must have the magic touch. No, I don't. You haven't seen the others. I'm normally hated for that.
Don't say that.
I am. Hated.
Swing your legs around, don't worry about your boots, we don't do the laundry.
Oh, I really enjoyed that one, actually. I was really surprised. I thought, like every other child I've been to, he would absolutely scream the house down, but nothing. There was a tiny little sound that he made, and then after that, he was fine. That's better. Look at that. Yeah, I'm feeling more comfortable with kids. You know, with the last couple of ones, I kind of stood back quite a bit, but it's one of those things you have to get really, really involved with kids. So I think the more I try and push myself to get involved with kids, the more I'm going to benefit from it.
Oh no, a motorcycle's hit a car. He's
a car's hit a motorcycle.
Coming out his mouth. Yeah.
Okay, and what's the full address of the emergency, please?
It's a new day in Corby. A call has come in about a road traffic collision. Local girl Steph and mentor Sam are rushing to the scene.
It's an RTC with a patient that's been knocked off their motorbike.
Motorbikes account for just 1% of road traffic accidents, but as many as a fifth of all fatalities.
I think it probably will be quite serious. It's not very nice motorbike accidents as well, because they've got no protection.
It's not her first RTC, but this one might be a little bit too close to home.
My brother has a motorbike, and he works just there. So he would come along that road at this time, and it starts at 9. I don't think it'll be my brother.
Looks like a bonnet on the floor there.
Oh my God, I can see the foot.
The team are not the first to arrive, but the patient is still in the road, trapped under his bike.
It's a little bit scary, like you go to this 17-year-old laying on the floor, crushed between a car and a moped, and the way that they'd hit looked horrendous. Just saw all this blood, I was like, oh my God, what's that from?
He's been hit by that car just there. I'm not sure whether he was knocked out at all. Looks like he's possibly had a bit of a nose wound.
Steph and Sam need to get the patient into the ambulance.
Right, so we need to get the bike out of the way before we can measure it, really. Yeah.
It's critical that the bike is removed as soon as possible so they can start treating him. But it could make things worse, and they still don't know what injuries it could reveal.
These are deceptively heavy. Yeah, we don't know what's going to be underneath there at all. And he's resting on his leg. Yeah. Yeah, paramedics are going to struggle to remove the bike from the top of this chap. Can we call the fire crew, please?
While they wait, Steph is given the critical task of supporting the patient's neck. Until they can assess the extent of the damage, it's vital that they keep him still.
My name's Sam and this is Steph. We're going to be taking you to the hospital.
I mean, we'll go on your guidance and everything. So
yeah, that's fine.
Back. Bet you're more gutted about your bike, aren't you?
The patient's mum arrives, and for her and Adam's benefit, Steph plays it cool and stays focused.
Is he going anywhere nice? College. Well in procession?
He was going there and then they get somebody to call me.
Ah, I see. You're just more scared than the family member is that's watching the person in pain or that's really poorly. but you have to sort of put this like hard exterior on and tell them that you're doing what you can.
I think that's the fire brigade getting in now, Adam. I'm going to get you all out.
All right.
We just need a bit of a hand, because he's kind of still sitting on the bike.
Okay.
So we just need some help.
Can I just move that and then we can see where...
Yeah. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to start sliding that bike out, okay? But if it becomes really uncomfortable, you need to let us know and we can stop and then decide if we need to do anything else. Is that okay?
Just say stop. Yeah.
Okay.
And tell me as soon as anything hurts at all.
Well, hang on to your trousers, don't worry, you're not going to lose them, okay?
All right?
Keep going. Yeah.
Right, you're going to roll onto your back, okay?
Yeah. Ready?
Bring your hands round with them, yeah.
Yeah. Ready, brace, roll.
They can now properly assess his injuries.
Is there any pain in here? No pain at all? No? Any pain on this leg while I'm touching?
No.
Do they both feel the same?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Despite what initially seemed like a horrific scene,
Stand ready. 1, 2, great.
the patient escapes with minor cuts and bruises, much to his mum's relief.
Very scared because there's so many people around. You always think the worst, don't you? You see all the flashing lights, but once I spoke to them and actually saw Adam, I was a lot better. So it's been fantastic. So have the police, so they've put my mind at rest. So I'm just waiting to see what the nurses here say about him. So.
It's every parent's worst nightmare, but Adam was lucky. Steph knows the outcome could have been very different for everyone.
It looked a lot worse than it was, and you just think, like, oh God, if that was my family member or my mum running up because her son had had an accident, like, it would be awful, really. It's quite scary.
Excuse me for a while I'm wide-eyed and I'm so damn caught in the middle.
The junior paramedics have come a long way on placement.
This is patient chest, posterior to anterior, and that is sounding clear. There's no dull or high-pitched tones.
Keeping calm under pressure
Just going to pop some oxygen on you.
and showing good bedside manner.
I'm a Cockney, I come from East London, I speak my mind.
Oh, do you do a good Michael Caine impression, do you?
I told you, not to blow the bloody doors off.
Are now all par for the course.
Thank you, Max, for all your efforts and getting me out the van.
Mate, take care.
I'd like to shake his hand, but I can't. It's all tied up, I'm afraid.
But with only 2 weeks left to go, they don't know what's around the corner.
I think with every single patient that you end up going to, there is always an air of kind of mystery and what you're actually going into, and is it going to be a dangerous situation?
I don't think it is the sort of career that you can learn everything in uni. You can never prepare for what we'll see and the different jobs we'll go to.
You have like a preconception in your mind, and then you're presented actually with something that's worse, and you think, wow, I didn't expect that.
Nick and mentor Johnny are 4 hours into a day shift in Leicester when they get a call to a patient who's attempted suicide.
Have you just done your arm today? Yeah.
She suffers with anxiety and depression, and today she's badly cut her arm.
My worst time is in the evening, at night.
Right.
When I'm suicidal.
Yeah.
I'm frightened.
Yeah. It was a bit of a shock. As a student, I didn't want to seem like it really did shock me or couldn't handle it or anything, you know, like that. That's about most blood I've ever seen. It's everywhere. Now, I know the policeman's done a beautiful job of bandaging your arm up, but
I'm afraid we are going to have to take it off just to have a quick look at what you've done. Right, Nick, do you just want to open a packet of swabs? And then there's one of those Erie pods underneath, in here. Just one.
1 in 4 British adults suffer from mental health problems. So even though it's tough, Nick needs to learn how to cope with this part of the job.
It was difficult to actually remain calm in that situation, but being as that's the first ever time I've actually been in a situation that much amount of blood has been around.
Okay.
You can read about mental health and attempted suicide all you like, but I don't think any textbook can really teach you how to talk to somebody. That is something that you have to pick up actually doing the job.
The team needs to work out if the patient is still a danger to herself.
Will it be all right on your own?
We are here to help.
I don't want to say I could easily do this again now.
Yeah. It takes a lot to admit to that. And we don't want you in that position. We don't want you feeling like that. We'll get there.
Just leave me, let me die. I've been quite happy going 6 foot deep. Because I've got nobody. Just myself.
It is sad to see that somebody has suffered mentally and to an extent actually where they've had to harm themselves, but it's not always straightforward to actually fix them, because you can fix the wounds or anything like that, but you can't actually necessarily fix what's happening in the head straight away.
What I'll do then, I'll make that referral. We'll try our best to get you the help that you need when you need it. The girls know all about it, so they'll let the hospital know when you get there. All right. Take care of yourself.
It is sometimes hard to actually put yourself in their situation, having never actually personally felt like that myself. I find it hard to put myself in that situation where I'd want to hurt myself so much, I think. So, yeah.
Although the junior paramedics have their mentors on hand for support on placement, nothing beats a supportive family back at home.
You just got back?
Yep. Well, no, this morning. I've been sleeping all day.
Well, that's normal then, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty normal. I'm shattered.
Lucy Mellor is lucky enough to have someone who understands some of what she's going through, and she's visiting her dad, who's a GP in nearby Derby.
What was it like when you first got called to the cardiac arrest or the collapse and you had to do CPR?
When we first got there, and it was just me and Alistair, and it was the first thing we've got to that was sort of time critical. He went into like a different mode that I've not seen him in before, and he was just like, sort of got the patient on the floor, cut his top off, and just went, give CPR, I'll get oxygen. And it was like...
You're not scared?
Whoa. Yeah. At first, when Alistair just turned around and went, do you want to just do some CPR for me? There's a moment where I just thought, I'm leaving. I don't like it.
I've been seeing people in those sort of situations, but I'd been training for 5 years when I did it. I think it's quite scary stuff, though, for you. I think it's quite fast.
I don't know, though, because like, the situation is so fast that the adrenaline kind of takes over a little bit. And at first you're like, oh, my God, what's going on? But then you instantly just forget. And then the paramedics were going to say, why would we do this? And they were asking me questions why we were doing it, to, like, teaching me.
But do you think you can cope with it mentally afterwards?
I mean, it's like every situation is different, isn't it? Some people will be more bothered by a situation like that, but there's other situations that other people will be more bothered about. Like, it just depends what affects you differently, doesn't it?
You're with a lot of sad people and a lot of sad situations, aren't you? I think it's stressful.
You can't attach yourself to every single person because you're not emotionally connected, are you? So
no, but a lot of people who work in what I do and what you're doing do get quite emotionally involved, and it's something that you've got to avoid, really.
Not all the 999 call-outs the junior paramedics go to are patients who need urgent medical care.
You obviously get pre-warned. Only 10% of calls are traumatic and life-threatening and serious. But obviously going on placement does bring home just how many they go to that are like, you know, chest infections, anxiety, falls, and it's one after another.
Yes, that was right.
One type of non-emergency call-out the junior paramedics are experiencing are the regulars, people who often call for emergency assistance, even when they don't really need it.
Hello? Ah, yes, I have been here before. Right.
On shift in Leicester, junior paramedic Vic is with mentor George.
What's the problem? What have you called for?
That's getting worse now. It's getting bigger and bigger.
What, your hernia is?
Yeah.
Show me where your pain is, in your tummy.
All around this part of here. And that move keeps moving.
Although the patient's condition looks alarming, it isn't an actual emergency.
Sharp scratch. Have you spoke to your GP?
I was trying to make an appointment and they said you got to wait till the doctor's too busy at the moment.
Do you want to go down to Leicester Royal Infirmary?
Yeah, let me see what they think.
Okay. How are you on your feet? You normally, because you go out, don't you?
Yeah, I got all my own shopping.
Right. So you can stand on your feet then,
Yeah,
Ronald?
I can stand on my feet, yeah.
They suspect that Ronald might just want a lift to the hospital.
Because you're relatively independent then, if you do all your shopping and stuff.
I can walk all the way down the stairs, no problem. Use the lift.
George makes a call to non-emergency transport.
Hi, yeah, it's George. Got a job at Cliffstone House if you're available. He walks with a stick and he says he can manage to go down in the stairs and get down into the ambulance. Thank you very much. I've just arranged the transport for you, Ronald.
Ronald, not Donald.
Ronald McDonald. Yeah, so she'll be here. She's just dropping someone off at the Royal, Donna, and then she will be coming straight after that, so within half an hour.
No, boy, take me with me then. You're going to stick me on top of the car roof.
Well, that's all the room we got. They shouldn't be long anyway, and then they can come and take you down and you can see somebody. Yeah. But you put your top on.
He's quite capable of looking after himself. He just isn't 100% steady on his feet. But he goes shopping for himself.
That's a bird clock.
Oh, yeah, my granddad used to have one like that.
And how much you in that wire?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. £5?
20 pence from the car boot sale last Sunday. 20p.
He's with it. He knows what's happening and what calling the ambulance involves and stuff like that. So.
But before Vic and mentor George head off, there's one last job.
Can you do me a favour? Can you cut my shoes off for me?
Yeah.
Big push.
And of course, this one is the junior's responsibility.
Yeah. Okay.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that was your first regular?
He was right. He was pleasant enough.
He was, yeah. He's interesting. He's got lots of interesting things to say. All his birds and things.
Vic and George leave Ronald to it for now, but they know that one day they might be back.
We do get lots of calls from people who are lonely, and it becomes like a pattern of behaviour to ring ambulances and then, you know, go to the hospital and see people there. And they become like